Okay, well, thank you everybody for being here despite the confusion, and also on Sunday Easter. And yeah, it's gonna be a short meeting. It's only a few of us. So as you guys know, last week everybody was busy with their presentations, which are coming to a very nice conclusion, and the deadline was extended for them. But none of them are here to discuss their work. So the only one we have here is Anna. Anna was working on algorithmic decision making, and maybe she can talk about a bit about what has been happening there. Anna?
Yes, hi. So me and my team, we were presenting how AI can be used for conflict de-escalation. So what we did was we basically separated our presentation from current applications, ethical problems that we might face. We also did how it can be, the main point, how it can be repurposed for de-escalation, and the theoretical approaches. Yeah, and also the types of machines that we could use to help us in the international scope with that. So for example, we use the random forest model. It kind of works with different branches where it limits the possibilities of not taking different variables into account. So you're able to use more variables, which can basically determine more, more situations and things. So yeah.
Were you involved in creating the presentation? Did you work on the?
Yeah, what I mostly did was just make summaries for the presentation. So we basically had like another document where we put all the outlines, and we brainstormed everything together. We got all the points from the different articles and kind of like selected what should go within the presentation.
But how did you make your storyline? Who selected what should go, and did presentation help you to better understand what you need to do? What is this project is about?
Yes. So I mainly just put like what I could find from the articles, and Carmen helped select what was best for the presentation. Daniel also helped us a lot with the more like technical aspect of AI, and he kind of told us what the weaknesses were so that we can work around that.
It has become a very nice work, actually. I think, have you seen it, Maura?
No, Daniel and Carmen don't seem to put anything in the database where I can find it. Either it's going somewhere where I don't know about, or they're simply not sharing. And I'd love to comment, I'd love to see it, but wherever it is, Greg, have you seen it?
I have, yes.
Yeah, I asked for the link, and then I think usually I send all the links to Greg just before our meeting. So I think I send it to Greg. In future, I should send it to you as well. My apology.
Well, hopefully I'll also, Daniel a couple of weeks ago talked about being a little more connected electronically to the work that everybody else is doing. So hopefully he and Carmen and Anna, you and I've never had the opportunity to sit down and visit because I've been catching up, but as the person who tries to sort of run research and things, I'd love to, and I will reach out to you separately. I'd love to have a Slack meeting with you, and maybe I should reach out to Daniel as well to encourage him to be putting it directly in so that all of us can see it, because a lot of us are doing technical work that is merging, and it would be very helpful for us to see the thought process that you all are going through so we can get synergy from everything, Anna. But I'll reach out to you this next week and try to set up something personal so we can meet, and I'll reach out to Daniel and Carmen as well and just remind them I can't provide feedback if I haven't seen it. So
yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
Great.
So next, I think Paul, marketing. So we had some communication. Paul, would you would you like to talk about it?
Yeah. So what I was doing was looking into the opportunity to use AdWords. So I understand that as a nonprofit organization and through the arrangement that you've made, Patty, that we get $10,000 worth of AdWord usage, and that in fact, I think there's a cap actually that you can't bid for AdWords. You can't bid more than $1 or $2. But if you've sort of chosen your words correctly, the words that you'd like to use, then that should be sufficient. So what I'm trying to do now, and thanks for the input, Patty, that's quite helpful. But basically, the trick is to be as efficient as possible in the words that you choose, and that involves looking at what competitors are doing, quote unquote competitors are doing, what kinds of words and strategies they're using, ensuring that any campaign that you initiate, that the people are linking to the right page, and that the right message is there. And then the other thing is testing. So there's a lot of emphasis on testing, trying out different words, combinations of words, and text that goes along with it. So as a next step, what I'm going to do, as I mentioned to you, Patty, was to put together sort of a one-page document saying, here's what I think the appropriate keywords would be, here's the text we should be using, here's the page that the people should be directed to, and this is what they're going to see. Because I think just looking at our website, which I've been sort of delving into over the last few weeks, there maybe could be some adjustment to the text, that if we want to approach donors, for example, with this campaign, then we might want to make some adjustment there. But anyway, I'll put that together in a page, but it would basically have those three elements to it. And then I think we can move forward.
Thank you. Thank you. And also for Mauro and for Greg, we decided basically there are three aspects to what we want to publicize. One is to increase our membership, both as professionals, for corporate, and for other organizations. The second part is to promote ourselves as a center of excellence in terms of our mission, in terms of the research quality, in terms of policy advice, in terms of convening. And then the third is to bring in quality fellows and researchers. Have I missed anything, Greg or Mauro? Anything else you think we should try to have campaign on?
Well, that sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me too. What you both might do, since I don't understand what AdWords are, if there is a place where I can do some online reading that will particularly inform me quickly, since you folks are more familiar rather than my digging around and wasting time, if you would send me something to read, because I mean, Pari, you've talked about AdWords before and I don't know what they are. So clearly I need to get smart, not as smart as you guys, but at least enough to provide decent input. So if you'll send me something to focus my reading on, I will read.
Yeah, I can send you.
Have actually a template for that. And basically, just in a nutshell, AdWords are the keywords we use when we search something. So material comes. And if you notice right on top of the search, there's always a sign with ad. If you search with...
Oh, that's what that is. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
We come out. So that's where the whole campaign, using keywords smartly, so when people are searching for something, they will see us. But we got to make sure that we attract or we appear on the search of right people, the people we want, and for the right searches.
Gotcha. It's the same concept as writing a resume to the job, so that when they do an AI search for your resume, it comes up with your resume, not everybody else's resume. I understand the concept. If Paul, if you have something you want to send me, and I'll get even smarter. But now I sort of figured that's what it was, but now I actually, now I have a baseline to work with. I can hopefully be helpful rather than dead weight.
Well, send that to me too, Paul. If you send it, that'd be great. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, just one thing, Patty, I don't know if you have access, but I was going to also look into this. There's apparently a Google keyword tool so that you can test keywords that you're thinking of using to get a sense for how they might have been used previously, what the cost might be, just to sort of complete or finish planning for a campaign. So anyway, that's one thing that over the next day I was going to look into and see if I could start working with that a bit.
Yeah, and also remember that Google provides us also advice. So whenever you want, you can reach
Good.
advice. When you run a campaign, if it's not working efficiently, we can ask them to look at it and advise us how they should be better, designed. And they do
That's
it
great.
themselves. So once we figured out what campaigns we want to run, we can ask them for a session to help us with, what needs to be done. And the best way always is to run campaigns and see how they work rather than thinking a lot about them and
Yeah.
then improve them. So that's the way,
Mhm.
because then you receive response from the,
Yeah.
the population.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, sounds
So
good. Sounds right.
is there anything else anybody wants to discuss?
Just a couple quick comments on Anna's presentation, which I think is terrific. It's very meaty. So the challenge will be timing, as always, getting as much of that in as you possibly can, given the limited time. The other thing I was puzzled by, in the title, it's called Conflict International rather than International Conflict, and I wonder if there was some reason for that.
I personally don't know, just because I wasn't the one dealing with the outline. So I'm not sure what it was agreed between Daniel and Carmen.
Okay, all right, fair enough. It just caught my eye.
I've got a question. Oh, I'm sorry. Does this tie into what Eduardo's doing in any way? Because it seemed like he was working with doing some predictive work on conflict, predicting conflict using algorithms and software that he had developed. I didn't know if this was any connection or not.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it to Eduardo, and I mentioned it last time when the concept was introduced. And I think that's where Maura is saying that if we put the folders in the folder so everybody could see, so Eduardo could see what they're doing. But yeah, I think we should ask them to work together. But Eduardo knows about this project because I mentioned it when Eduardo was in the meeting. But yeah, you're absolutely right. There is a lot of synergy between these two.
Yeah, seems like there's a connection, an inherent connection between the two. Yeah. So
anything else anybody wants to discuss?
Elmira's joined us just now.
Who joined us?
Elmira.
Hi, it's me.
Hi.
I think I was a little bit late
No, it's
because
my
I was
fault.
not able to connect. I don't know what was the problem.
Oh, it was my
Yeah.
problem. My
Oh.
string of meetings had run out, so I had to set a new string of meetings, which I didn't get done till.
Oh, okay.
So my
That's
fault.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
Elmira, are about to finish the meeting because most participants got confused and didn't join. But
Oh.
I'm going to be with you on Monday.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe we can discuss. So we could arrange it, or I can send you an email and we can arrange it through email.
Yeah, it's perfect.
All right. So anything else anybody wants to discuss?
Just to say, if you haven't, I mean, I know, Pari, you and I have seen everybody else's presentations. If you haven't seen them, they're really come together well. And I think what Pari did for everybody to have a template, I think they look great. And Greg, I know you're going to have a fun time moderating and asking questions. The one thing that we might want to do, I know we've publicized it on our website, but just to let you guys know, the ICCAE folks were very concerned about getting a big enough audience because it's at that time in the semester when, you know, students are overwhelmed and also everybody is just plain zoomed out. I mean, getting people to come to Zoom meetings, I've been talking to a lot of people and, you know, sometimes you get 4 and sometimes you get 20. So we just need to be prepared that we may not get a big audience. And so we will need to participate and ask questions and get a discussion going. And we've put it on our website. If there's anybody else you want to invite or you want to make aware of to have them participate, that would be helpful because they have to pre-register, and you can send them the colloquium invite so that they can pre-register. But we're concerned that audience might be a problem. So if there's anybody, for example, Greg, if you wanted to mention it to your classes or whatever, however, we might want to interview. I've put it out to everybody I know, and we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, and I suggest everybody put it on their LinkedIn. That would help as well, brings more audiences. Anyway, I tweeted about it. So we have tweeted, we put it on, I think LinkedIn, if not, I will put it. We did put it in our website, and yes, just us, I think we should participate. I know you're going to be busy, Maura.
I'll be there. I'll be there. I'm moderating several sessions, and the sessions I'm not moderating, unless I'm in my national security law class, I'll be there. So,
well,
yeah, and I want him to be there as well.
You two have done a great job of pulling those presentations together, and I certainly second what Maura said. The template is really nice. It looks very professional, and it's nice to have some commonality across it, but mostly the substance is very interesting. Yeah, really interesting set of conversations. Short conversations, but interesting.
Mm-hmm. And the cover, Kandinsky, you recognize that?
I recognize the Kandinsky, absolutely.
Yeah, we always have Kandinsky. That's good.
Yes.
Kombate has joined us too, if you want to.
I beg your pardon?
Hello.
Kombate, Biemeli Kombate has just joined us also from Wuhan.
Oh.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Okay. Welcome, Kombate. Do you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, there was a bit of confusion here about our meeting, but I'm glad that you managed to join. And is there any update on your part?
Update from now? Well, I just got the data of my research, and maybe I will start. I was saying that I just.
Could you increase the volume?
Is it okay now?
Yes. Much.
Okay. So I was saying that I just got the data of my research, and then I will start from now to develop the literature review.
Thank you.
Good, sounds good. Sounds very good. Interesting project.
Thank you.
Megan did some work, and I noticed Firuze has put some links. So hopefully the team now starts to work. When are you going to be able to focus, Kombate?
Well, as I told you last time that I was supposed to start by 15th of this month, but I got a postdoc that I was supposed to join my post by the end of this month. But I will manage. I still not yet set up the timetable. I will manage once I join at my post.
Which is going to be 15?
Yep.
All right, great. Okay, you're working, and Maura is also helping, and if you manage them, that would be good. Even if you don't have much time, you can manage them and move forward. Maura?
Yes, Kombate and I started a conversation, I think it was last night, and then I got a phone call and didn't get back to you, but we will restart the conversation, Kombate, and I'll catch you up to where we are, and we'll see what it looks like moving forward. But I'm glad to see that you're back with us, and congratulations on the postdoc, but we'll work out the timing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, is there anything else anybody wants to discuss? No? Well, then thank you everybody for being here, especially in this Sunday weekend holiday. And yeah, have a wonderful week ahead, and we see you next week.
Yeah, very good week, everybody.
Have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.